Making a YouTube video used to take me forever. Now, it's just a system. 8 months ago, one video could eat my entire week. Recording, editing, clipping, posting, all of it. Now I record once and I walk away with a finished YouTube video and a full week of short form clips. Cut, edited, and scheduled for me. And I barely touch any of it. Everything in one sitting by myself. So in this video, I'm handing you the whole system, the exact end-to-end process I use to make every single video so you can build your own and run it every week. Here's why that matters. The reason most people can't post consistently isn't ideas. It is production. The editing, the clipping, the posting. That's the part that eats your time and makes you quit. This takes that layer off your plate, so you can actually show up consistently without hiring a team and without burning out. One person can now put out what used to take a whole team. And honestly, that's just the start. You build this once and it runs every week. It just compounds. That same recording doesn't just become one YouTube video. It turns into clips distributed to TikTok, Instagram, Shorts, and even LinkedIn, all at the same time. Even the analytics report writes itself. So every Monday, you know exactly what's working and what to make next. It is a massive win for your content and your business. So let me show you how the whole thing works. I will walk you through all 7 phases live, from a blank idea all the way to publish, using one real example through the video. By the end, you won't just know how I make a video. You will have the blueprint to turn your own ideas into a content machine that basically runs itself. So if you are a business owner, solopreneur, or a solo creator who wants to make way more content without it taking over your life, this video is for you. So let's All right, everyone, so let's get started. So in this video, like I shared at the very beginning, I'm gonna go over showcasing my entire process, my entire workflow on how I make a YouTube video, okay? This is the exact process I follow, 7 phases, and I'm gonna showcase all of this with a real example of how I make a YouTube video that is going to get posted on YouTube, at the same time following each of the phases, showcasing how I have my Claude Code agent helping me on each of the phases to achieve a specific task. Okay, so we have 7 phases, starting with idea. This is coming up with the idea that we are going to execute, and then researching and finding the right angle from the idea that we pick, or that we are developing. And then phase number 3 is structuring, turning that angle, turning that research into an actual structured document where we have the recommended titles, the research being done, the outline, initial scripts, thumbnail concept, and all of that. And then we go, so I need this because this is going to basically push me into recording, phase number 4. That is basically me in front of the camera with my mic on, lights on, and sitting on this chair. So then I can go over recording the idea, the concept that I want to be sharing, right? Following my structured document. And by the way, the structured document also, I take a time to review it, to understand what is in there, to make some changes and all of that. Also, inside this step, structure, I also have a skill dedicated to creating this Scholar Draw graphs that you're seeing here. So this is not just a document, this is also the preparation for me into the point of recording. Now, recording is actually recording the entire video, right? That is basically the footage that then is going to move into produce. All right, and then we have phase number 4, that is produce. Produce basically grabs the raw footage and then it turns it into a beautiful piece of content, and also little pieces of content, for the reason that we have the Clip Machine workflow. This is where I have spent the most of my dedicated time into building this Clip Machine workflow, building this video cutting skill, video editing skill, and the full process of an agent, understanding how to edit the video in the best way possible. Yes, so we grab the raw footage, we cut the raw footage, and then we push that cutted footage into editing. and then that video fully edited then gets distributed. But also the cutted video without editing, we push that into the Clip Machine workflow so we can get the best clips out of the video. So we can get those clips also distribute into the next phase. And then we go into phase number 6, that is publishing. This is where we have the dedicated skill for publishing. We use Zernio as the main social media API that connects to our YouTube and also our other social platforms where we are going to post all the clips. Okay, so we basically, in this phase, we package the full video optimized for YouTube. Same with the other clips that are going to get posted on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts also, and sometimes LinkedIn. So this phase is required for the reason that this process is being done automatically by the agent. And yeah, it saves me a lot of time. So the long form video is going to get distributed to YouTube, and the short form clips that are being produced out of the long form video are going to get scheduled throughout the week. And then we move into the next phase, finally, phase number 7, that is learning. So this is where we are basically scheduling, creating a dedicated schedule for Claude Code. So basically every single week it turns himself up and creates an analytic report on how the videos and clips are performing inside our platforms. How many likes, how many comments, what are the comments saying, what are the views, and what insights are we getting in feedback. He basically is trained to give me that report automatically. Just to give you context, this was not possible 8 months ago. This is possible now with the powerful tools that we have next to us, like Claude Code, inside our own code base. And yeah, all these phases are the phases that I follow whenever I want to make a YouTube video. And in each of the phases, I already have either an agent, a skill, or a workflow getting craft that I'm going to be showcasing for you in this video. And I'm going to be going over with you. So if you are a business owner, a solopreneur, a solo creator who wants to make more content consistently, this video is for you. So let's get started. All right, so here we are inside a session that I just started with my own agent. I'm here inside my own code base where I have my entire content operating system in place. And the first thing that I do is create a new session, a new chat session with Claude Code here inside VS Code, by the way. This is the developer platform that I'm using. And in here, I just start with a simple command that I have as part of my content operating system. That is /continue and /done. /continue to start the session and /done to end the session. The reason why I use this too is because /continue retrieves all the context from previous sessions and also loads the right context for this session that I'm starting. And /done basically shuts down the session, creates a report of what happened in the session, and just keeps that memory and context in place. So that's what I usually leverage and use the most. All right, so with that being said, the next step I took was just typing /longform craft. This is going to basically trigger the third phase of the actual content process on my side. You might be asking why. Well, I already had the idea in place, and what I'm doing right now is triggering the longform craft skill. So I can load all my constitutional files like my brand profile.md, competitors.md, content pillars.md, and also my content calendar. And then I'm going to go over taking the idea that I have and bringing the resources, the videos, so Claude can create the proper research, analyzing the video reference that I gave him, analyzing the workflows feature inside Zernio, and analyzing the second video reference that I gave him also. And then he's going to basically create a report, pick the angle. I'm going to review the angle, and then I'm going to approve and then create the structured document. Nothing that crazy. Claude has the possibility to trigger some functions to retrieve the YouTube video, extract the transcripts, take a look at the documentation directly from Zernio, and give me this back. And it was nothing that crazy. This is where we started triggering the long form craft skill. And then we went over this whole process. It was like 2 prompts going back and forth. First, it started with giving him context about the idea that we have, reference videos. Yeah, just telling him, hey, craft the proper structure video document. And then I review the document, prompt to fix some of the pieces that I wanted to fix. And here we have. Okay, so the title of the video, or the concept, the idea, is to build an AI agent for WhatsApp inside Zernio using their workflows feature. And that's what I'm going to do right now. As you can see here, here's the structured document with different sections like the angle, the unique angle that we're following, different example titles that we can do, the concept of the thumbnail, and the structure of the steps that I can follow to make the video, starting with the intro and ending with the close. Now, when it comes down into scripting long form videos, he's using the content craft skill, specifically taking a look at the reference just for the long form format. Okay, this is where I have all the best hooks that I use for my videos, the intro formula that I always go over with, and the styles and some packaging details and instructions on how I like my videos to be. Just giving you context, I'm going to do another video on content craft specifically for short form format. So don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification. And yeah, what are you waiting for? Now, finally ending, we have the recording order. He's giving me like, okay, this is what you need to follow first, and blah, 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 blah. And the quality bar internal and some references that we use to make this happen. All right, so we are essentially done with phase number 1, 2, and 3. Now we're jumping into phase number 3. Phase number 4, that is recording. It's worth considering that usually in this step here, I do also trigger the Scholar Draw diagrams skill. This is the skill that I use to create my diagrams like this one here, but that was not the case for this video that I'm going to do, unfortunately. When it comes down into recording, it's worth mentioning that I use OBS, right, to record all my videos. And I also use CapCut to place all the takes that I do. Because usually what I do with my videos is I record the hook, the intro, and then record the second section of the video. And then I just place all of that inside this timeline. So all the takes that I do, I just place them here. And until I'm done with the video, I just export. And that's basically the first initial raw footage that I'm giving to Claude. So we can go over the next phase. All right, and as you can see here, I have all the takes into the timeline. This video took me yesterday at night around 2 hours to get it done. Not that bad. It is a 30-minute video. Well, right now it's 30 minutes, but it will be reduced to like 20 minutes, 18 minutes. So this is a good video that I will recommend you watch inside the Zernio channel. This is gonna probably get posted in like 3 weeks, 2 weeks. So go check that out. Okay, just as a recommendation. Now, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna basically render the entire raw footage because we need to throw it into the next phase, that is produce. We need to get this video. We need to get the agent to cut the video. Remove the silences, remove the repeated phrases, and after that we need to get Claude to edit the entire video in the proper way and also extract the best clips out of the video with the Clip Machine workflow. So let's get into it. All right, so what I just told Claude is, hey, I got the video done, the raw footage in place. Can you help me get this entire footage push into production, please? It needs cutting, it needs editing, and also it needs to get the best clips out of it. So we need to use the Clip Machine process here. Can you help me do that, please? Thank you. What I'm just doing is I'm just copying the path where the video landed, and I'm just going to reference it. And I'm going to make sure this is by past permissions and effort. I like to use Ultra Code. All right, so Claude got back to me. He's in motion right now, and he created 2 main tracks, one for the long form cutting and editing, and the second track is for the Clip Machine workflow. Okay. And then he is basically on a loop, just having the tasks running on the background. And he's basically bringing me up some pieces that are also needed for me to review. For example, out of the video, in analyzing the transcript entirely, he was able to get 8 strong clips from the video that we can probably use. He has a frameworks, like a scoring framework, where he's basically just giving it a ranking number. He selected 8 strong clips and 2 borderline clips. So the 2 borderline are here, clip number 9, clip number 10. And the long form cutting process is running in parallel. But he's asking me for like approval on the actual clips. And I just said, yes, I approve the clips. And then he's working on that here specifically. All right, so I just got back from Claude after sending the raw footage. And as we can see here, I just got back the video cut. Version number 7, by the way. This took around 45 to an hour. Yes, a little bit long. For the reason that the main skill that is part of the content operating system, video cutting skill, has a loop process for checking if there's verbatim stutters, silences, or other repeated phrases on the actual video, so they can get cut. Sometimes Claude doesn't have the best first shot output. So that's why we have this loop that just ensures that we're getting the best possible outcome as far as the video getting cut in the right way. And yeah, here we have. So we're going to check it out. It's worth mentioning that I am using Universal 3 Pro for the transcription model. This is a model from assembly.ai. It is ranked one of the most, and yeah, the best transcription model with the best high accuracy world level timestamps out there. Let me know if there's a better model that I'm missing. This is what I know, and it beats all the open source like models like WhisperX and all of that. And the reason why I'm using this model is because this is crucial when it comes down into video cutting. We are trying to reduce all the gaps, all the points of failure possible. Now, there's a limitation, obviously. These models are not 100% accurate. So this means that the video cutting process is not 100% accurate in some way. So every time I have the video done, I put it on my timeline, and that's what I'm going to do now. But I'm just going to tell Claude, hey, Claude, can you open the video on the subfolder it is located at, please, on my computer? Thanks. All right, so here we have. As you can see here, the video was properly cutted. As you can see, there's no open silent spaces. I need to check actually the video to see if there's any open, like if there's any gaps as far as like repeated phrases, fillers, and all of that stuff. And that's what I'm going to basically do right now. Usually this takes the time, the video, like how long the video is. So I'm going to go over this, and I'm not going to show the entire thing, but that's what I usually do. And after this is approved from my side, I push this into the editing process. So that's what I'm going to do next. All right, so I confirmed that this video is actually done. I went over the full review process, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head into Claude. Oh, and as we can see here, also the clips got reframed properly. entirely. These are all the clips that are coming from the main video getting cut. So that's super cool. Hey Claude, this video was approved, so the cut was done in the right way. So now what we need to do is we need to trigger the video editing skill so we can get this video launched on YouTube as soon as possible, understand the video fully, and get everything done effectively. Thank you. And I'm gonna send this. Boom. All right, so I just got back the long form video getting edited. As you can see here, here's the delivery. It took around 30 minutes to get it done. As you can see here, all the compositions and editing on top of it was done properly. The captions, some compositions, and sorry, components, my bad. Some components, just highlighting just my main points through the video, and also this type of like scenes that were added, like this one too. And the intro. Let's just play the intro. What you're seeing here is a WhatsApp customer service agent. Okay, so you can see the intro is just me rambling, talking, changing the positioning of my camera and showcasing what I'm basically just like trying to display. It's worth mentioning that here, as you can see here, I said WhatsApp. What you're seeing here is a WhatsApp customer service agent, but there's no WhatsApp logo. There's no Zernio logo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another iteration, just telling Claude, hey Claude, so you missed adding the WhatsApp logo and the Zernio logo, and anywhere else where you need an image or an icon or a logo in place natively from the platform that we're talking about or anything else, you need to integrate it into the actual editing. Make sure sound effects are actually like appropriate also, and yeah, take proper action. Thanks. So this is what I'm doing whenever I see just like gaps on the actual editing. I just go back to Claude and tell him, hey, this is what we need to add, this is what we need to fix, and all of that stuff. So let's see what he end up making. All right, so I just got back from Claude with the newest iteration of the editing. And as we can see here, yes, what you're seeing here is like the Zernio logo and WhatsApp being placed there. Also with other logos like Anthropic, OpenAI, Google Gemini. And yeah, that was great. This took around 20 minutes. And yeah, I think this is the final showcase of like the producing phase. I think we can now go into distribution. Let's get it rolling. Oh, and also I forgot to mention all the video clips that we got extracted from this video. I'm asking Claude to bring them up to me. And I want to know if they're already, because they're reframed. All 8 clips are reframed, but they need to go into the editing process. And that's what I'm asking him right now. All right, so here's where I got from Claude all the 8 clips. And it seems that they got edited already. So here we have all the 8 clips. So I'm going to basically place them on the timeline so we can review them. And yep, let me just grab this. Boom. And let's move them here. Okay, so it seems like they're not fully edited yet. It looks like, yeah, they're being reframed. Okay. Yeah, I think they're pretty good clips from what I can perceive because I did approve them. The only thing is the captions in the middle and the editing on top. So that's what I'm going to ask Claude to do. All right. And just giving you clarity on the side of like the phase that we are on right now that is produce. This is the phase where I basically spent a lot of tokens. And it is not tokens, it's mostly usage because I'm on the max plan. But I started with all models basically on 1. And now I am on like 13% for the weekly all models usage. So that's worth mentioning right now because I'm going to basically push these clips all of these clips to editing, for editing, and you're going to see this go up. But yeah, it's worth considering that it used 12% of the weekly usage just to get my video edited and also cut it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is just tell Claude, hey, yeah, you can push all those clips for editing. Boom. All right, so I had to take a break. I'm back, and it just used 1% out of the weekly usage, and I got all the clips back, as you can see here, and they all got edited. So let me just bring them into the timeline. I took a break, by the way. That's why it's a little bit dark on the back. So I'm dropping them here. Oh, this is a different video timeline. So as you can see here, this video got edited effectively. We have the captions. We have some editing on top. I can this is done. Now the last thing is connecting your AI into Zernio. For this specifically, you need to go. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna go one by one. But as you can see here, the videos and the clips got edited effectively. This is clip number 1. This is the one I like the most because it's the intro. What you're seeing here is a WhatsApp. Very similar editing as the long form video. That is basically referencing. And at the end, we have this call to action. Build your own WhatsApp AI agent, free in the description. They all have that type of call to action. So this is the actual template that I have right now for the Clip Machine for the editing of these clips. And yeah, very neat, very nice. And let's go over the phase number, I think it's 6, that is distribution. So let's get that rolling. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna basically talk with Claude, and I'm just gonna tell him, all right, Claude, so we have the long form video, we have the 8 clips. So what we need to do now is we need to package the video up for YouTube and package the 8 clips in the right way for getting them scheduled throughout the week on my YouTube channel, and for the clips, my other platforms also. You already know what to do. So can you bring me all of that, please, to review and then approve? Or you can do everything automatically, whatever you want to do. If so, can you put them, because this is not going to be launched in my channel fully, but as the demo that I'm displaying, you can launch it on my channels as drafts, so we can see them inside the Zernio dashboard. Thanks. All right, so I just got back from Claude saying that in your Zernio dashboard, there's now 9 drafts, the long form video, and 8 clips all scheduled across the week. And just for me to show actually the process that Claude went through autonomously since we started, this is basically the prompt. All right, Claude, we have the long form video and 8 clips. This is the initial prompt that I mentioned, and this is him going autonomously through the entire process. He asked me a question here. This could be a void if you give more context on. He asked me a question about the description because we need to place the affiliate link, and I just gave that to him. Yeah, as you can see, the clips are now as drafts, but this could be like the clips getting scheduled and my video actually being launched right now. All right, so if we take a look at the posts, we can see that, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 8 clips draft in my long form video here with the proper title and description and everything. The title was also here. Visibility right now is placed as public. Description is not loading fully, but my agent is trained to add all the timestamps that you can see in this video, some hashtags, my LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram links, the actual thumbnail. So all my thumbnails are AI generated, and also it adds all the tags to the video for proper ranking. And for the actual clips, now you can see the clips here. So, and if I take a look at them, there are each scheduled for Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and YouTube. They're going to be launched at the same time, and they all have content and the actual title. I'm telling you, this saves you a lot of time and is super, super helpful. If you guys don't know about Zernio, Zernio is the social media API platform that allows you to do this and more stuff like analytics, social media automations for comment to DM, and another cool functionalities that I recommend you watching. I'm going to leave the link in the description so you can check Zernio out and you can start for free today. All right, and now the last piece is learn phase. The 7th phase of the actual process that I go through with my content operating system to make YouTube videos. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to trigger this skill, that is the content analytics report. This usually is basically a schedule trigger within Claude that triggers every single week. So every single week we have the content analytics report skill getting used by my agent. So basically it creates a report for me based on all the data of the actual posts that I have done through the week. And with that data, I can take other decisions. I can see what's working. I can see what's failing. I can see the best perform video. This is super cool. And I want to show you that right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do slash report and content analytics report. There you go. And I'm just going to tell, okay, I'm just going to pause this. Hey, Claude. So I want you to get me the content analytics report from the last week, please. I'm not going to give more details because you have all the details and instructions inside the actual skill. So yeah, take proper action. Thank you so much. Let's go. All right, people. And here's the actual report that I'm going to open right now. So I'm going to click and we're going to see that this is basically a Google Doc, very natural in some way. But I'm going to break down the structure that basically this covers that I really like. So we start with the full picture of the entire analytics combining all of my platforms. As you can see here, these are the views that I reach this week. And this is how many people I have reached. Sorry, this is the views that I have gotten on my videos, and this is the reach. This is the likes, comments, shares, and everything. And then is separating it by channel and then by piece. And then we have the section of what worked and why, looking at the posts directly. And then why you reach people, boom, in plain words. What these numbers don't show yet, boom, very important part. And then the plan for next week. What should we still look forward? What should we still focus on? And then a quick just overview of like bottom line. This is what we did. This is what we got. This is what we're going to do next. Pretty good. This can be improved. Yes, obviously this can get better. And that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I've been doing this past 8 months with the content operating system. And that was all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this video was helpful and gave you clarity on what's my process to making YouTube videos and how I use the content operating system to automate and systematize each of the phases that takes me to get to the main outcome of getting a YouTube video produced. By the way, in the description, I am inviting you to get access to a playbook that I'm really proud of that gives you clarity on how I made a month of quality content in a single day with Claude Code using my content operating system. I will leave the link in the description so you can check that out too. Highly recommend it. And yeah, nothing else to say. If you haven't checked out my other videos, you'll probably see them here. I really recommend you checking them out. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications. And yeah, that's it. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye.